Hi everybody, today I wanted to share a video about editing a slightly more complicated gameplay video in Adobe's Premiere Pro. What we're going to be working on today is a review of the game Sniper Elite V2 from the Xbox 360, and what I've done already is move some of the assets into the project bin down here on the bottom left hand side of the screen. So again, I have my little game template which just includes a byline and a bumper, but underneath here you can see lots of gameplay footage that I've captured over the previous couple of days just to kind of play underneath my audio of the review. So all I need to do now is also pull in the audio, which I've cleaned up and sorted out in Audacity and the Levelator. So we're just going to drag this down to Premiere and we're just going to put it in the preset bin. Next up, we're just going to start. I'm just going to drag the first bit of video across onto the timeline like so. Now I want to start the video off with a kill. So as I come across here, I'm just going to move the head along just to find a shot where I actually shoot somebody. There we go. So that's kind of a good point to start the video, I think. If we take it back to probably there, where we're looking through the binoculars. So now I'm going to press C to cut the video, V to go back to my normal tool, left click on the timeline, ripple delete. That makes the video slide up. Now I like to start my videos with a fade from black, so I double click on the end of the video and press the apply default transition, which in my case is fade from black, and that will give me this beginning. So let's just check the beginning. Oh, let me just unmute my audio so I can hear it as well. Here we go. Right, so that's a good start, you know, just to get people's appetites wet for the start of the video. So now I'm going to start where I'm going to be talking. So if I'm going to be talking, what I need to do now is reduce the volume in the rest of that clip. So I press C to go back to the cut, and I just put a cut in there, and I press V to go back. So all the audio here is going to be at full volume, and if you look up the top left hand corner, we've got the audio mix, you can see there. And then from this section, I now want this audio to be quieter. So I can move this audio down to between minus 18 and minus 27 dB. So you still be able to hear what's going on, but it won't overwhelm my voice. Now we could just have a hard transition here on the audio, but what I might like to do is if you go into the effects panel, go into audio transitions, crossfade, and something like constant power, and you just drag that across and put it on the audio timeline there. And so that will give us a smooth transition like that. So it won't be like it won't be jarring at all. So now I'm ready to add my audio with me talking. So this is it here. So I'm just going to pull this over and drop it onto the second audio track just down here like that. I'm just going to play it now just to see if it starts in the right place. Oop, no. Wait. There we go. So that's where I start talking. So I just press V to go back to my tooltip, and you can find the beginning of where you talk. But if you look on the levels bouncer down here on the right hand side, you can see it pop up. So I can bring that back to there. Press C to bring the cut up, and I'm just going to cut on this audio here. Then press V to go back to select that. Press delete to get rid of it. And I'm just going to slide that up to there, and let's just play that again just to check it's okay.
Sniper Elite V2 is a third-person shooter set in the dying days of World War II.
So that's good. So then I sort of prattle on for quite a bit. And then so what I can do now is just go to the end. Here, just check to see where the end is.
And I'll see you again soon.
So that's my kind of standard sign-off that I do on all my videos. So just take it back and just play it.
It's absolutely worth buying it cheap. Okay, that's enough from me. Please put your questions and comments down below. You can like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you'd like to see more of the same. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Now that's actually not a bad point to stop the video on either as well. So if I press C to bring up the razor, cut the end off there, go V to go back to my tooltip, press that, press delete, because I've just fired a bullet. So what I can do now is I can press C to cut this video here. So again, we've got this video and then we've got this video, and then what I want to do with the rest of this video is turn the volume back up. So I go up to the slider, go back up to 0, go back to my effects over here, pull the constant power one off, put it on there, so we should get a nice transition. Let's see.
Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
And that's a great time to finish the video, so I can come back, and if I press the little magnifying glass or Z, I can zoom in, press V to go back. I can really pick the moment where that finishes. So it goes around like that, and then dunk. So if we press C, we can cut that. Press V to get rid of all that, and that would then be the end of the video. And then if I go back to my project bin over here and go up, find my back bumper, slide that into there, double click on the in between, apply the default transition, double click on the end for the dip to black, and let's just have a look at that end bit again just to check it's okay.
Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Oh, that's a nice end to the video. Okay, so let's just save it there. However, I don't really want to zoom out a bit. I just press the magnifying glass, press Alt, and then I can zoom out. I don't just want vanilla gameplay all the way through the video of me doing the same level. I want to try to show different things that aren't quite so boring. So what I'm going to do now is going to go through and start deleting sections and then adding sections into the video to make it more interesting. So we just move the head through. So that's me looking around. So that's enough showing how the binoculars work. So then I can put a cut in the video. And then just me transitioning across, doing a bit more searching. I mean, I quite like this because it's really showing you the reconnoitering aspect. So if we go back to there, press C, cut the main video there, press V, highlight that, right click, ripple delete. Now I know people think it's old fashioned, but I do like dip to blacks on my edits, on my cuts, so we'll put that in there. So that'll transition to that. It comes to the wall, he starts looking around again. Let's cut again there. Move the head along. Has he found somebody? Right, so he's found somebody. So let's just go back, because he goes behind cover here, doesn't he? So we press C, press V, right click on this particular section, ripple delete, slide the head back a little bit so it's out of the way, double click on the cut. And let's just see how that looks.
Engage with the enemy. 1 minute you're creeping between patrolling Nazi soldiers, and the next you're sniping the fuel tank on a King Tiger. As you've probably guessed already, this game is right up my alley, both in the setting and the game mechanics. So if you've got an Xbox 360, PC or a PS3, you need to track down a copy as soon as possible. If you're coming from the newer games in the franchise like Sniper Elite 3, the levels in Sniper Elite 2 may seem a little linear, and the graphics aren't as good as those in the Zombie Army Trilogy remaster on PS4, Xbox One and PC. But the visuals and sounds are great by last-gen standards and help to immerse you in the chaotic settings of late April and early.
Right, so that's a good time to stop that. Now, this video isn't that long, so what I'm going to do now is get rid of this chunk here, which takes us to the end of the video, and we're just going to get rid of that. So I'm just going to click on it and press delete on my keyboard. And then I'm going to go over here and pick another section, something that was quite interesting when I was playing it. Let's have a look what we've got. Let's see what this one is. Now, when I drag this across onto the timeline, I'm not going to put it directly behind the other one, because if I do, if it's dangerous, it's too long, it's going to knock these bits off. So if you just watch what I do when I bring it across, I'm going to just bring it across and slide it up like so, so it's well clear of the existing ones. There we go, so it's ready for me to edit it and slide it down. If I had put it down on the main timeline there, if I put it on that audio, it would have knocked my audio out of the way, and it would have knocked my end out of the way as well. So now what we do is we just drag the timeline along. And again, just looking for some interesting footage. With the Sniper Elite games, there's a lot of kind of stealth sections which aren't actually that interesting to watch. Right, so there's a sniper. So let's just find the bit where I take him out. There we go. So that'll be an interesting headshot. If we come back probably to that point there, press the cut button. Press C to get the cut button and cut that particular place. Left click there, right click, ripple delete, which takes us back to there. So we're kind of moving on. So let's see what that looks like.
May 1945. Basic gameplay is quite simple. Creep along so as not to alert enemies of your presence. Use your binoculars to scan for threats and then tag them and decide on your next move. Lay down trip bombs and mines to cover your back on means of escape.
So that's a good point again to cut that. So just cut that there. Press C and left click. V to get back my ordinary tool. Slide the timeline along. Let's move this along, see what else we got. Because this is quite interesting because there's a number of enemies that I'm trying to take on. So let's press C to cut that. V to left click and then right click, ripple delete. Again, let's put a little fade in, although actually it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be dragging these down in a second.
Mines to cover your back or means of escape and then move through the level. If you get close and detected, you can melee your enemies with a stealth kill or use your silence pistol to take them out quietly. If things go wrong, and an enemy sees you or discovers a dead body, you can then whip out your machine gun for close.
Okay, so that was cool because we had a grenade explosion. So let's now cut that, use the V, let's move it along, see if there's anything else worth looking at on this particular clip. This is a review of the game, you know, so we really want a little bit of variation. Okay, this is quite a long level, this one, obviously. That's cool. This is quite an interesting section, actually. So let's have a look. So we're creeping along, so let's cut that. Press C, left click, V, left click, and then right click, ripple delete, take it back to there. Sometimes you have to help things along a little bit. Oh, what you've noticed there is it's managed to slide. It slid our end bit along because I did a ripple delete when maybe I shouldn't have done so. We're not going to worry about that quite away. Let's just have a look at this.
Machine gun for close quarters combat or your sniper rifle for distance work.
Let's put that one there.
You can then whip out your machine gun for close quarters combat or your sniper rifle. your sniper rifle for distance work. In fact, it's when things do go wrong, or when the enemies are actively hunting you, that's when the adrenaline really starts to pump. The time to kill in Sniper Elite V2 is very short, so you can't afford to get flanked or let enemies have a clear line of sight.
So that's another good place to stop it. So I press C to click there. And then what we'll probably do now is if we slide it up, I think that's probably it for this level. Yeah, so let's get rid of the rest of the things and let's just sort out this little mistake I've made earlier where I've slid the ending back up again. So if I press Z to bring the magnifying glass out, press Alt to zoom back out again. There we go. So that's the end of the audio there. So I press V and I slide that up to the end there. In fact, let's zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Press V again. That's my end bit. So we're back to where we should have been. So you can kind of see how much space we've got to make up with all these little clips. As we drop them in, we're going to end up. Now also I've got to remember to go back as I'm going along and adjust the volumes of these particular clips. So that's the audio clip there. So I'll be going along and going down to there, selecting the next clip. And selecting that clip and selecting that clip, taking that down to there, so that my audio commentary on this is at full volume and the sound effects on the videos are slightly less.
Chaotic settings of late April and early May 1945.
So let's put a fade on there, and in fact if I do it this way where I put a fade on there and put a fade on there, although I will drag these down in a little bit just to make it look easier so you can actually see what this bit would look like. So if we then roll it back to the beginning, let's see what we've got so far. In fact, what we'll also do is if we go to the top of the bin, where I start talking, let's zoom in a little bit. Here, let's put my byline in. We'll just press V and then just stretch it a little bit like that. Then we need to go to the effects, go to video transitions, go to dissolve, and what I want is an additive dissolve. Don't want to dip to black when I'm already putting it on top of something else. Just want it to fade in from nothing like that. Okay, so let's go back and just review what we've done and see if it's kind of shaping up to be the sort of review we want.
Sniper Elite V2 is a third-person shooter set in the dying days of World War II, where your mission as an American sniper is to pick your way through the ruins of Berlin to kill the German rocket scientists who are threatening to take their knowledge to Russia. Along the way, you've got to use a mixture of stealth and brute force to avoid battles or engage with the enemy. 1 minute you're creeping between patrolling Nazi soldiers, and the next you're sniping the fuel tank on a King Tiger. As you've probably guessed already, this game is right up my alley, both in the setting and the game mechanics. So if you've got an Xbox 360, PC or a PS3, you need to track down a copy as soon as possible. If you're coming from the newer games in the franchise like Sniper Elite 3, the levels in Sniper Elite 2 may seem a little linear, and the graphics aren't as good as those in the Zombie Army Trilogy remaster on PS4, Xbox One and PC. But the visuals and sounds are great by last-gen standards and help to immerse you in the chaotic settings of late April and early May 1945. Basic gameplay is quite simple. Creep along so as not to alert enemies of your presence. Use your binoculars to scan for threats and then tag them and decide on your next move. Lay down trip bombs and mines to cover your back or means of escape, and then move through the level. If you get close and detected, you can melee your enemies with a stealth kill, or use your silenced pistol to take them down quietly. If things go wrong and an enemy sees you or discovers a dead body, you can then whip out your machine gun for close quarters combat or your sniper rifle for distance work. In fact, it's when things do go wrong, or when the enemies are actively hunting you, that's when the adrenaline really starts to pump. The time to kill in Sniper Elite V2 is very short, so you can't afford to get flanked or let enemies have a clear line of sight for long.
Okay, so that's shaping up very nicely, but you probably did notice there was a mistake there. I managed to forget to change the audio levels on this particular section here, so the sound effects in the video were way too loud. So I need to come into there, and then I need to drop that down to there. So my next steps, which I won't go through and bore you with now, would be to take these other clips that you've got to see here and drop them in to the video, editing them until I get up to the end. As I say, I've already got my end because it's quite a nice little ending. With the sniper shot, which then goes quite nicely into my bumper at the end. So there we go. Hopefully by sharing my kind of a live video edit of doing a slightly more complicated gameplay video with multiple clips and an added audio commentary in Adobe's Premiere Pro, that will give you a few hints and tips if you're just starting up with the program. Please put any questions or comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.